Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGD Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers rock. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man, y'all press 1 in the comments. If y'all can hear me, got a mic check real quick. Press 1 in the comment section if you guys can hear me. Salute to everybody that's tapping on in, and we're going to get right into this video, man, and talk about the situation going on with Stephen A. Snitch, Shannon Sharpe, ESPN, and everything else in between. Now, if you guys haven't already, make sure y'all go to the merchandise store, click that link, it's pinned at the top, and get the A Weapons album. He's on the intro track. The greatest. Shout out to A Weapons. He rep Midlife Music and also Cash App, PayPal, podcast, weight loss formula, links to our other channel, also links to the podcast show, and links to subscribe to our website for free and to our website are all in the description box below. Let's get right into it. So, Stephen A. Snitch, world of trouble, brother. World of trouble. And he talked about this, and now situation has gotten ugly. Now, we already know what happened with Shannon Sharpe. He got shook down. He brought it upon himself, and he called it himself. And, God gave him what he asked for. He wanted the center. He wanted to date his wage. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to listen to advice. So he's getting everything he asked for. He's getting stripped down like Job got stripped down. You know what I'm saying? In front of the world. Shannon Sharpe's getting stripped down in front of the world. I wouldn't be surprised if he fouls. I ain't gonna go there. But he getting stripped down in front of the world. He trying to hold it up and hold the face up, but that boy, I know he hurting inside. Anyways, Stephen A. Snitch. Well, let's talk about this situation with Shannon Sharpe first. Shannon Sharpe, and shout out to my boy Dreamers Pro, man. It seems like every time we get ready to do a video, we both be on the same wavelength about what we gonna think about. Or what comes up to talk about. But I want to talk about this article right now that's come out that's talked about how the ESPN staff celebrated. The ESPN First Take staff celebrated Shannon Sharpe getting fired. When they celebrate you getting fired, that's all you need to know, bro. When your coworkers, remember all those reports we did and we was telling y'all on this channel that their co-workers of Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe were tired of the both of these two clowns. They were calling Stephen A. Smith Mr. Greedy because he wanted all the money, saying that Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe was running around there doing whatever they wanted to do. They was making all these crazy allegations and stuff like that about these two guys. And now Stephen A. Smith has seen that they fired Shannon Sharpe, the guy he brought in. Remember, Stephen A. vouched and pushed to get Shannon Sharpe. How you think them co-workers feel about that? Because a lot of co-workers didn't want Shannon Sharpe in the first place. But now, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith's situation has come back up because Stephen A. Smith even acknowledged that his co-workers wanted him fired and went behind his back to the bosses to get him fired. So not only were they plotting and planning on Shannon Sharpe, they're plotting on Stephen A. Snitch too. So let me read this article to you guys. This other article. Stephen A. Smith, ESPN's outspoken, polarizing sports commentator, has recently been at the center of controversy following reports that some of his co-workers at the network wanted him fired. Known for his bold opinions and larger-than-life presence on shows like First Take and Stephen A. Smith's show, Stephen A. has a long lightning rod for criticism, both from fans and reportedly from within ESPN itself, right? And back in March of this year, a leaked audio recording surfaced shared by James O'Keefe and O'Keefe Media Group, allegedly featuring ESPN producer and an assignment editor Ryan Bertrand. In the audio, Bertrand reportedly described Stephen A. Smith as playing the angry black man stereotype on television, characterized by being loud and talking over others, with the implication that his style overshadows substantive content. The audio suggests that not everyone at ESPN believes Stephen A. Smith was worth his reported $100 million contract, raising questions about the internal support for the network's highest profile personality. While neither ESPN or Stephen A. Smith has formally confirmed the authenticity of the audio, the incident sparked widespread discussion. Bertrand reportedly privatized his Twitter X account and deleted his LinkedIn profile following this leak, indicating the sensitivity of that situation. The recording fueled speculation that some within ESPN harbored resentment towards Stephen A. Smith's prominence and paycheck, with the critics questioning his journalistic value compared to other laid-off colleagues, right? Stephen A. Smith never wanted to shy away from addressing controversy. He has not issued a formal statement specifically responding to that leaked audio, according to available reports. However, Stephen A. has a history of confronting criticism head-on. In past instances where his position at ESPN was questioned, he has defended his credentials and work ethic vehemently. For example, let's talk about the situation where Stephen A. Smith had with his podcast. Now, if you guys remember, Stephen A. Smith had gotten into a situation with Jason Whitlock not too long ago, a few months ago. In that situation with Jason Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith, in that same dialogue that he had in that video where he went off on Jason Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith even admitted that his own coworkers have been trying to get him fired. Stephen A. Smith, on his own show, admitted that his coworkers went behind his back to the boss and demanded that he be fired. Also, there have been various reports out as well in Front Office Sports and other publications that Stephen A. Smith's coworkers, they gave him a nickname called Mr. Greedy because he wanted all this money when he was demanding all this money on his contract negotiations. There are also reports that they didn't like how Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe were moving around at ESPN, acting like they own the place, and just whatever they said, whatever you think they was accusing them of, however you want to interpret that. But these were the reports that was coming out that a lot of the coworkers did not like working with Stephen A. or Shannon Sharpe. They wanted both of those guys out of there. And now, since Shannon Sharpe has been fired, they're celebrating the firing of Shannon Sharpe. And now, with only Stephen A. Smith left on that checklist, it seems like, because remember, Stephen A. Smith also got into it with one of the key guys over there in Pat McAfee, right? Who Stephen A. Smith, he backed down from that smoke. He always got smoke for a brother, but he backed down from that Pat McAfee smoke when Pat McAfee and them was, going at his helmet, allegedly. He went off on that. Now, also, Stephen A. Smith has been under criticism from the athletes. Kyrie Irving recently had came out and said Stephen A's not worth that $100 million contract. Kevin Durant recently came out in the NBA Finals and put Stephen A. Smith on blast, a dude who always criticized people about their jobs and playing with these dudes' contracts. Kevin Durant said, bro, you ain't even taking your job serious. You at the NBA Finals where you're supposed to be analyzing the game, and we're supposed to get good analysis from you before and after the game, and you out here playing solitaire during the game. Stephen A. Smith has been under criticism from both players, fans. He has a long, ongoing battle that has been going on with Kwame Brown that he started. Stephen A. Smith started that before Kwame Brown was even talking. Before we even heard Kwame Brown say a word, Stephen A. Smith was using NBA draft nights to dog out Kwame Brown. Stephen A. Smith, even when Kwame was playing, was going in on this guy extra hard. Pause. Right? This is what he was doing. Right? No, that's just the maid cleaning behind me. I'm not in the kitchen. That's just her cleaning, mopping the floor and stuff. So Stephen A. Smith, as I tell you guys, and I'll say it again, this guy is unbelievable, man. This guy has so much on his helmet right now, and so many people that want to get at him. He is in a world of trouble. I'm telling you guys this right now. Stephen A. Smith is in a world of trouble because now he's really the only one they got left that's on that hit list. If you think about it, you didn't hear them complaining about nobody else except for Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe in those reports. And now they're reporting that the staff celebrated Shannon Sharpe getting fired, celebrated him getting fired. Think about what I just said. They celebrated Shannon Sharpe getting fired. Now, Stephen A. Smith has to worry because he cannot forget that they went to the bosses behind his back and demanded that he be fired as well. So Stephen A. Smith is working with a lot of people that don't like him at all. And Stephen A. is going to have to walk on eggshells because now that Shannon Sharpe has successfully been out, and one thing Stephen A. Smith has been able to avoid, and I'll give him this, he has been able to avoid sex scandals and things like that. He hasn't had none of them crazy sex scandals that Shannon Sharpe had. Right? So he's been able to duck and dodge that type of smoke that would allow them to cut or cancel his contracts. But he has played these games in which offends his own people, but it won't offend his boss. Right? Now, to the person who says in comments that Stephen A. Smith will survive, I doubt that. Nobody's safe. They cut Shannon Sharpe on Undisputed, and look what happened to Fox. The whole shit got shut down. They cut the best guy over there, and the whole network got cut down. Ain't nobody safe on TV, bro. When you're working on TV, you working for Disney, you a top dog, it don't matter. You break a rule that they don't like, your ass is out of there. That they've already showed you it don't matter who it is. Look at all the money Shannon Sharpe was bringing in for ESPN. They still fired this guy. What is you guys talking about? I'm seeing you in the comment section running your mouth. So Stephen A. Smith has already been suspended. He's already been fired from ESPN before. Didn't Stephen A. Smith talk about how ESPN fired him in the past? And then they brought him back? So for y'all to say, oh man, they won't do this, man, let me tell you something. If you do something that is big enough for them to say, hey man, you out of here, they will show you that nobody is bigger than their program. And Fox risked their entire sports media program to do what? What did they do? We know what they did, right? It can be known. We know what they did, right? So let's make it be known. But that is the current situation that's going on as we see everything that has been adding up with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe. So I'm telling y'all what it is, right? So yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith and Fox is not bringing back Shannon Sharpe. I hear some people saying he can go back to Fox. He's done. Fox fired him. They shut down the whole show. Him, Skip, all them dudes. They ain't going back to that. Especially with that scandal they just had with that lawsuit. Man, y'all crazy as hell if y'all think they're going to bring them dudes back. Man, them dudes is done, bro. He ain't going back to Fox. That bridge is burned. So Shannon Sharpe is going to have to hope that whatever sponsor he got left on the internet don't leave him. So, you know, he can, because even, let me tell you something. If you don't have that sponsorships on YouTube, that money that Shannon Sharpe is getting hit for, sued for, bro, that ain't enough to the money he gonna make on YouTube to cover that up by itself without sponsorships. You need those sponsorship money behind you. And to the person who said ESPN might sniff it, bring a Skip back, no, they won't. Skip Bayless will never be on national TV ever again. You're wrong. With Skip Bayless' situation, they settled a lawsuit to Skip Bayless. All them dudes are off TV. They're done. You would never see them back on TV again. ESPN, you think they're going to go that route after Skip Bayless and them just settled a sexual assault lawsuit after they just fired Shannon Sharpe? Are you crazy? ESPN has showed y'all this. So y'all let me know what y'all think. This is the situation going on. Like, share, subscribe. I'm gone.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.